blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry, one artist at a time.
Take the steps beyond your way. Take the steps when you have a dream. You gotta start. It's the only way. If you're gonna shine, and you're gonna shine, shine, shine. You're gonna shine. And we are shining bright on the ranch. My favorite day of the week, always to show up on the ranch. Always a good time. And we are shining bright. We actually got some sun today after a lot of rain. I know Memorial Day weekend for us. And I don't know, is it me or is Memorial Day always kind of like not the best weather? But anyway, we did manage to get some sunshine for the ending of Memorial Day here in Pennsylvania. All right, so we're the ranch and we are spanning the globe to bring you the best in Americana music. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, your one-stop for indie artists. If you want new music or if you have music, you want it on Blast Music 24/7. We also have our listeners, our radio stations, My Indie Radio out of Paris. We have the Plow Zone out of California. And we have all our streaming platforms. We love our listeners. So thank you for checking us out week to week to see what's going on in the world of Americana. And we have some people watching already, waiting already for our next guest. Belton, Belton, Belton. I see you. All right. And our artist this week really covers a lot of ground. Not only Americana, he's a filmmaker, does a lot of genres. So we're really happy to have him. Let's bring on Belton. How are you?
Oh, wonderful, Randie. So delighted to be on your show and on this Memorial Day. What a great special day to be doing this. So thank you.
Well, thank you for taking your time out of your day because you're all the way out in California, a couple hours difference.
Yes. Well, and you're hearing about the sunny. We've been pretty sunny, and I'm in Northern Cal, but it's it's been really beautiful here. So I think we get a jump start on you in that part of the world.
Yeah, most places do. This area, the Northeast, is kind of, we have our weather. We do have the 4 seasons and all of that, but I don't know. I think we're going right from like winter sliding through to summer,
So you get a little bit of the spring, huh? You still
get a little schmidgen. And we have some people listening. We have Keith is real happy to see you. He's happy to have you. And we have some other listeners, guys. We always love to hear from our listeners. So we'd love to know who's watching and where you're watching from. Because we got people from all over the world. So that's always a lot of fun. So you have such a background. I almost don't know where to start. So you started in film and went to music, film, combination thereof. I'm sorry. Did you start in film to music, or was it just always a combination of?
No, let's see. And I started music. I grew up as a kid playing classical piano. Moved, at some point, later teens, I was doing, concerto level piano, but moved into rock and blues. That was the time in the 70s. And then jazz came along, and that kind of opened up a whole new world from there. The film came a little bit later. By chance, I just got invited to a set where BJ Thomas, my friends knew I was a musician, and there was a set. They invited me to the set, and it was a family drama. It was filmed in Arizona, and I had so much fun. And that was where I got the big bite by the film and music, and I saw that beautiful combo come together. So
Well, because of the film, I naturally thought of L.A., Hollywood, and we've got Keith is actually listening from Southern California, so there's always naturally that connection. But there is some film and music in Northern California.
Oh yes, yeah. We we just in fact just finished our film. We we're getting into it, but it was a film we just finished, and mostly local artists that were from Sacramento, the greater area, and just delighted some great talent here. And there was a few producers we had come in from LA, but anyway, very excited about that. So
all right, but let's talk about where you started though with music, because one of your songs is "Hold My Hand, Hold My Heart," which is kind of a classic love song. And is this one of your earlier songs? How did this come about?
no, that it was fairly recent. About a year ago, I wrote that, and there was an interesting sort of background to that. First of all, my dad was Cajun, so I grew up with country and Zydeco. We'd visit Louisiana every summer as kids, and 60s, 70s, it was that whole era was country and Zydeco, all the clubs, dance halls, and then eventually swamp pop started coming in the 70s and 80s with the guitars and everything. But so that was it. And then a couple decades ago, I started country dancing, and that further instilled where that was the great era of George Strait and all these great artists. So
wait a minute, country dancing, is that line dancing, two-stepping? What were you doing?
all of the above, yeah.
All of the above. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm never quite sure because people think line dancing, but two-stepping was way before that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was doing even a little competition, and I got in one of George Strait's songs with a partner, and it was a waltz, and that was something really new, and that was exciting. So the two-step and the waltz, and of course, line dancing was really becoming popular around the 90s. So. But anyway, so that was instilled in me, and this country song, I was in a refresher. It was a counseling session with my wife. We'd been together at that point 25, 26 years, and just doing a little refresher with kind of a weekend little course. And all of a sudden, the realization hit me that her little girl and my little boy, sometimes you get into a bicker about little things that really don't matter. And this was right in there that I realized that her little girl was talking about something nothing to do with me, that her heart, the purity of her and my little guy kind of connected with that. And that's immediately where the song came from, is hold my hand with your heart. And anything else is kind of beyond that we're there staying together in this permanent basis and really sticking it out. And so the lyrics came, and eventually the music. I picked up my a steel pedal, a great country guitarist, and that's where we just recently released it a couple months ago, and we did a music video with it, and I actually had my wife in for a small part of it, just for authenticity, really, with it. So
I kind of love that story. You're in sessions trying to refresh things, and you do lose sight of things sometimes, especially when you've been together as long as you guys have.
Yeah. And I think the country genre was just those roots in me. That was, this when the early days, there was often seemed so much in the country that, the old Hank Williams, my dog died, my wife left me, I lost my job, all that. But there's this whole group of, and I don't mean just country, folks, but that have been long-term relationships, and we all know, and what's that love about that grows at your 10 years, 20, 30, 40 years. And I think you ask most of them, there's something real magic about sticking it out, and that how close to becoming your best friend. And it's really something special. Not everyone gets to appreciate a love of that long term. So that's kind of where the impetus for that song came, of the shout out to the longer termers, but it's not meant to just be that you have to have a long-term relationship, because there's so many other loves you can have with even our little four-legged friends who I've had some very, very dear relationships with, so
some of my best relationships have been my four-legged friends, I have to tell you. So I'm right with you there. But I love the fact that, when you think of country music, you think of breakup songs and whiskey and things like that. And I love the fact that you were like, wait, there are long-term relationships, and I'm going to write a song about that. So I really love that.
Oh, well, thanks, Randie. It was beautiful. Doing the video was so much fun. Our crew came in, and we just had some great sights in it, and a ranch where we filmed a lot of it, and out in a parkway, and it was just really a heartfelt song that I think hopefully that comes through to listeners. And I know when I first did just the song, I had some of my wife's friends, and I'd play it in the car and they'd start crying, and so anyway, I said this is something that's heartfelt to folks. And
well, how do your wife feel about you wrote her a song during therapy?
Yes. I mean, not everyone know, some people therapy, some don't, whatever. Some maybe go through their churches or whatever, or some just have a lucky to be able to figure it out, but above everything to be able to hold in the relationship and get through things, and really appreciate that there really is a lot of heart, to get to that point of someone's really special that you love,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Right. That is pretty special. So why don't we see here? Oh, and Billy's saying hello. And it is a wonderful song title. I agree with that. We haven't even seen it yet, but it is. So why don't we give a listen to, which one is it here? Hold My Hand with Your Heart.
Okay.
I think we both know this point in the road, not stopping, but not going. Fingers out to blame and talking without shame, not stopping, but not going. Come way too far to stop now. Here we go one more time. Shields up, swords drawn, with wisdom to know how to strike on a dime. Hold my hand with your heart, I'll do the same. We've come too far from the start to just walk away. Let's ride this road together forever, through sun and rain. Hold my hand with your heart. It may get rough and take a while, not stopping, but not going. Your gentle heart and your sweet smile, not stopping, but not going. Dancing round and round, searching in your eyes, all that can be found. Never want to say goodbye. Hold my hand with your heart, I'll do the same. We've come too far from the start to just walk away. Let's ride this road together forever, through sun and rain. Hold my hand with your heart. but we both learned it's not about who's right. So much love, feelings deep, that's what we gotta keep. Let's ride this road together forever, through sun and rain. Hold my hand with your heart. With your heart. Hold my hand with your heart.
And we are back on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, your one stop for all indie artists. If you got new music, you want to put it on Blast Music 24/7. And if you're looking for new music, that's where you want to be. And one thing I appreciate about Blast Music is it's a lot of genres. So we'll get back to that. My indie radio, our listeners, the Plow Zone also listening, our streaming radio. So for those of you who haven't are listening, you're not able to see the video. So Billy's saying he loved that song. It's very touching. I agree. Somebody, Keith wants to go take a walk with his wife.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and Keith liked the music video too. So that's awesome. So everyone, take a walk with someone you love. There you go. What is that? Rabbit mousetrap? I think I just got spammed. What? All right. Moving on. All right. So your heart's in country, I know that. But when you do films and things, I mean, a lot of different genres come together. And the next song we're going to be listening to is one of your film projects. So how did that come about?
Randie, which one are we talking about? The
zombie fingers. This is a vegan zombie musical.
Fingers, yes. That okay. That came about. I started writing screenplays and things. It's been quite a few years ago. I was in my home office studio with a really good friend of mine, writer, playwright, and we were doing another kind of a comedy. But at that point, when that Fingers, the world's first vegan zombie came up, my wife and I were full vegetarian. We'd come to a point.
Hold on. Okay, great looking cowboy. Are you sure he's a zombie? I wanted to throw that in there because I was starting to laugh.
Yeah.
And Bill wants to take a walk with me. Oh, that's always special. So, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So vegans, because this is a vegan zombie.
I'll get to the vegan cowboy in a minute. That's a great, moving on to that thing, because Chief Fingers is kind of a cowboy in this movie. But anyway, I mean, at that time we were full vegetarian, even vegan for a short time. And I started asking the question with my good friend. I said, do you think a zombie could ever be a vegetarian or vegan? We laughed. Probably not, but then we were laughing so hard we took a stab, pretty brave at anything. So we actually came up with some ideas and a little story, put together a little 7-page, like a little movie treatment. And we laughed so hard at the concept of how we were structuring that. So anyway, I got busy with another film and I put that aside for a while. So a couple of years later, I pulled that out and I laughed so hard at this little short. And I was in between projects. I said, I'm going to just kick myself if I don't go develop this. It's so funny. It's a comedy. We need humor in the world more than ever, I think. And I thought, so I started working on that, putting that together, and put together a crew. And we went and shot this, it was a 6-day shoot, created this. It was a 24-minute, full film. And with a little dance off, I hired a choreographer with 25 dancing zombies out there. And
Holy cow!
Crazy.
Dancing zombies?
Yes. And
go to zombie school? Like The Walking Dead, they actually have a zombie school.
Yeah, it's quirky and it's zany, but we Step 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 was the name of the song. So I put that out on YouTube first. That thing just took off like crazy, and the short came about 6 weeks later. But that dance music video took off past 1 million views, and we said, wow, we're onto something here. So the short came out. I tagged the music video to the short movie, and then the short movie also within a month and a half it went past 1 million views. We said, and I told everybody, hey, if this gets anywhere near 1 million or beyond 1 million, I'll consider doing a full feature with it. And so that's what happened. So the short videos on YouTube, that's the one that took off. That was our basis for the full. I just wrapped, Randie, the full film last Monday. It was our final shoot day. It was a 18-day shoot, 35-day, and it went wonderfully. I had talk music genre crossover. We had K-pop, I-pop in there. We had some country rock. I brought 2 opera stars in there also that I'd heard. Yeah. There's a scene,
opera.
Yeah, there's with the scene where the zombies are rehearsing little hip hop in the forest, and these 2 opera. It's a great scene. 2 opera come in singing full opera, and the zombies like, where is this coming from? And then we have them entering, and then it's kind of a rock hop opera song. We had a real heavy metal guy in there also, and so I mashed that all up, and it's this great song, and not much of a dance on that one, but this great song, and I think it's going to be really popular when all the different songs. So many genres in this movie, and so anyway, so Step Step Step. That may be the song you're talking about that you're picking up on. Was that the one?
Well, it's the one you sent me. So Fingers of Eden, What a World, I think it is.
Oh, What a World. Okay. That actually is going to be the opening. We shot that early last year. That's the opening musical number of the new full feature musical. And that was a fun little film too. But so that's, it was a little spin-off from where the short movie takes place one day in the life of the zombies who are becoming vegetarian zombies. One group trying to convert them, another one not having anything to do with it. So
now they zombie because they have a conscience and don't want to hurt anybody. Is that why they're vegan?
Well, it's a process. I set up this program. It's a Zombies Anonymous. I kind of use loosely the 12-step program. They have their own 4-step program, and we call it Zombies in Transition. And it's a combination of veggies. There's in the full feature, I get into a little bit. There's an experimental drug that they're also using. And then the spirit, kind of inspiriting the spirit of dancing and singing to bring back, they've been undead. And I think the belief has always been with zombies that you're totally lost. But same thing with COVID and so many others, there's recovery. And that was the point. You can recover to at least some degree. And I get into the part of where we're humans, and what a zombie is starting to become human and have feelings. There's so much this life and wanting to have feelings and have love and all those things again, that the zombie's been in this dark world where there's no cognition and everything. So the song What a World was a little takeoff on where we're on our screens all day, just totally zombied out. And so I brought in a real zombie in the little music video to kind of portray, well, wait a minute, we're all the great things in life we have, and a zombie's who's going to recover everything they have to try to get even partly back to being human, to have everything we have as human. So it was taking a little pot shot. We're all guilty of being on our screens, right? It's the world we live in.
We are. And I think it's such a great metaphor because how many times, I mean, music has helped me through so many difficult times. It has brought me back to life. So I love your use of different genres as different music for different people to bring, people back. And I just want to scroll back to some comments. I went to school in the 70s. There's a lot of zombies there. I just think that was a lot of weed, Billy. I don't think it was the 70s. You don't know what was going on there. Yep. And zombies aren't dead to me. Okay. Again, it was the 70s. There's just so much stuff floating around. All right, what does Dolores say? Does your character become a zombie, or they've been a zombie, or what?
Okay, well, that's a good question. I'll just give a little, not a huge spoiler, but in the movie, the full feature that we just finished, I wanted to go back to being what was the zombies when they were human, because in the short movie, we don't have time. I just cover they're in a little zombie anonymous meeting. They're trying to recover, right? But in the feature, I go back and Fingers, who is actually an ER physician, and they're in the hospital. The film opens up, they're in a hospital, and the doctor, I play Fingers as Dr. Walt, and he's treating a patient who's been bit very bad on the wrist, and they're joking, him and this patient. Before what happens in the waiting room, the apocalypse is beginning to happen. There's people are getting bit. It's quickly there's some biting someone else or getting attacked. So Dr. Walt's going to get attacked, and he's going to turn into a zombie in the movie. So then he's so there's two sisters who are really, one's a nutritionist and other was a biochemist, and they're going to combine their efforts to try to, first of all, save. One of them's a hospital worker, tried to save Dr. Walt, who's now turning. But that's the whole essence of the movie, of the different things are trying to convert these zombies who are undead to recover. And so that's as much as I'm going to say about.
Right. To Keith's point, zombies can go through a transformation, and so you can teach them to be kind of veggie loving zombie, although I don't know if that feeds the whole brain, because wasn't the zombies, they eat brains? Wasn't that the whole thing? I don't know. And you do have to use your imagination. We're not seeing it, so we're gonna have to go see this movie.
Yeah, I think we did a great job. The people, I mean, the short movie took off, and I know there's a cult following, a niche, and I know there's probably a hardcore camp, because I grew up with walking to everything myself. So I appreciate the whole crossing of the zombies. You have the fast zombies, you have slow ones. And this is just our little world created where it is possible that they can get transformed. And part of it's eating healthy, plant-based kind of nutrition. And part of it's a little experimental, drug that's being tried out. And part of it is by kind of re-upping your spirit, getting that spiritual part of ourself that when you're that far gone, that part's gone to your soul, kind of. So we're kind of a trifold kind of thing we're working on, and
right.
That's this whimsical world of where the Fingers zombie movie comes, and I think the music on the new feature is just, it's wonderful. We've staged also a big international dance off with K-pop. We brought in a K-pop star, an I-pop from India. We got mariachi even in there, some hip hop, pop, and they're having a big dance off, international festival. There's actually a couple of zombies from South Korea, the K-pop, who've come in, and they're going to have this. We took over a warehouse for 3 days, had this tremendous music. It's just phenomenal. The production designer completely built out this warehouse to this world where it's just beautiful, and it's just fantastic. So anyway, it's going to be really, I think, quite a sight to go and see this world, So
I know, and it sounds like you had quite a cast. How'd you get all these people involved?
Well, we had a casting director out of New York, and in fact, one of our co-leads, one of the two sisters, has been a Broadway star. We picked her up, And she came out and, of course, sings and dances everything, and fit right. She did a beautiful job. And but it took a little while to, build these up and start casting. And the musicians, because I've been entrenched in the smooth jazz world. We actually I brought in a flute, and my bass player, also world class, just world class. Gave them little cameo roles in the film, and we were so excited to have them because, and they're actually playing some of their instruments too. So,
and the zombies are playing instruments.
Yes,
I love that. That is just awesome. All right, guys, let's listen to Fingers, the Vegan Zombie. And the name of the song.
What a World.
What a World. All right.
And that's a video. You got the video with it, right?
The video. Again, we do have a lot of streaming and listeners who aren't going to.
Oh, okay. Great. Either way.
The more descriptive we can be with what they're seeing.
Yes.
Is helpful. So that's why I kind of go into some detail, because we do have a lot of listeners and radio stations and streamers. So we're going to listen right now. What a world.
What a world we live in. Where does one even begin? Laughing, smiling, laughing, crying, following our voice within. Simple delights, starry, starry nights. Taking in each precious moment, running, dancing, and romancing. Laugh, 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 live, live, live. Laugh, 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 step, step, step. Laugh, 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 live, live, live. Laugh, 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 step, step, step.
Wasting away what really matters. Spending hours in front of a screen. Doing nothing, all just mindless chatter. Just becoming another machine. Click, click, click. Tap, tap, tap. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Left and right, right, right. Click, click, click. Tap, tap, tap. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Left and right, right, right.
What a world we live in. Where does one even begin? Laughing, smiling, laughing, crying, following our voice within.
Doing nothing, all just mindless chatter.
Starry nights,
just becoming another machine.
dancing and romancing. Click, 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 click.
Tap, tap, tap.
Step, step, step.
Swipe, swipe, swipe. Left and right, right, right.
Sleeping? Are you waking? Are you living? Are you dreaming? Are you watching? Are you screaming? Are you breathing? Or are you in between?
Away what really matters. Spending hours in front of a screen. Doing nothing, all just mindless chatter. Just becoming another machine.
Click, click, click.
Tap, tap, tap. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Left and right, right, right.
Click, click, click.
Tap, tap, tap. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Left and right, right, right.
right? We had a lot of the credits rolling right there. We are back on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, your one-stop for all indie artists. We also have our radio stations, our affiliates, our My Indie Radio out in Paris and Plow Zone in California. We also have our streaming platform, YouTube Music, Pod Paradise, Amazon Podcast, Pocket Cast, Listen Notes, Stitcher, Pandora. We're everywhere you want to be. And today we're here with Belton and his vegan zombie. And we do have some comments. So let's go to some of the comments. All right. Keith thinks that we need some Bollywood zombies. Okay. Fingers, it's a universal cinematic world. Okay. Is that him also singing? So were you singing? So you were the doctor. For those of you who can't see this, Belton, you were actually the doctor singing and walking in the video.
Yeah, that's correct. Yep. Yeah, and by the way, we do have some Bollywood zombies in the new feature. We brought in a beautiful star, and we got a full 5 group. We call them iPop. They're iPop, like K-pop from South Korea, iPop. And
right.
So anyway, they're in. We do have.
All right. And Bill is like, I know the feeling. I think a lot of us know the feeling where we feel like zombies. We're a slave to this thing. Are you kind of implying that social media is making us into zombies?
Well, to some degree. I mean, to me, that part of life where you have the whole world of life going on out here, and if your world becomes so focused in on the screen here, and that becomes your world, you're not present, not mindful. And I think I appreciate you have on Monday, by the way, mindful, and I love that.
My Mindful Monday.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you.
I'm all about that in my life, and I do a lot of things out in nature. And in fact, the new movie, we shot a lot outside in different areas all over. Some near the parkway along the river, some in different forests. So some beautiful park we have in Sacramento with big meadow. In fact, we have a great scene with 2 horses in. Where Fingers is going to be towards the end, riding off with his co-lead. There's romantic interest that continues, and it's beautiful. Seeing we had the wranglers come in. They were just.
Are they zombies, or are they just regular people riding off into the sunset?
Well, yeah, they're transportation, but yeah, I mean they're going off to. It's kind of like a 12-step. The 12-step of a 12-step is. You're going on, you've recovered, you're going on to help others, whatever your, substance abuse or whatever it is, to help further recover in any way you can. So that's kind of the idea. So
okay.
It was wonderful being around. I love horses and that, I love animals tremendously. But the dogs, and we have a rescue dog also in the new feature. It's wonderful story with her. I won't go into all the details, but so I just always want to have animals.
Have you ever seen the Blade movies? A vampire movie? It's a terrible segue, but they actually made a Pomeranian into a vampire Pomeranian, and it had this.
Really? Oh.
Do we need a zombie dog? I don't know, but there was a vampire dog. So.
Well, and maybe that was a real actor with modeling, but certainly in EFX with special effects, you can go anywhere these days with.
Right.
So.
Right. That's great. Okay. Well, we have one more song that we're going to be getting to. Under My Skin. Not part of the zombie movie.
No.
So how did that come apart? Because you have so many projects going on. It's amazing.
Yeah, Under My Skin was a fun project. We were doing a little coming out of the short movie. We had a little bit of hip hop, hip hop. We call it pop, whatever. But that came up with a little more of a hip hop beat, but bringing in, I was doing jazz and I wanted to see how I could combine these two. So that one's actually where I brought in Althea Renee out of San Antonio, flute player, world class, just beautiful gal. And she helped put that all together. And so we ended up, I wanted a quick shout out, if it's okay, Randy, the listeners that you're not able to see the videos with, you can hear the songs, but on our YouTube channel, Belton Morris Entertainment, all of this, we have the short zombie movie, all the music videos, even Step, 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 the original zombie one where they're dancing in the forest. So they can see any of these on actually visually also. So, so anyway, that was that was where that Under My Skin came. It's a jazz hop that came up, and when I went to Althea, I remember I was this is little, smooth jazz. I've been there, gone there, and very entrenched in there, but I wanted to cross genre more. And I remember her comment was, Belton, I love this groove. And I'd be delighted to bring in my, to do a flute track for which we then mixed in. She'd sent us stuff and we mixed everything here in Sacramento. And that's where the song came from. Under My Skin, it's like a couple that are, and you'll see in the actual video there, it's some AI we actually used in this cutting edge thing on the visual part of the actual video. So this thing really took off really, really well, I think partly because of the new AI, but it was really about a couple that you get under my skin and, that you get entrenched, like you've been bitten, so that's the idea about this song. So.
Okay, which is incredible jazz music, right?
Yeah.
Right. We talked about your jazz music. So let me ask you something, because AI is just the buzzword right now, and I know music. There really is a big call to always tag if it's AI. It affects the type of release. Is that the same for videos?
I think we're gonna, as the world expands more, if they're picking up copyright things, there's probably going to be a lot more issues coming up because of that, So, now you can pull from just standard stock kind of footage with no problem, no penalties, no issue. But you can see that already with the social media companies, if they, listening, hearing, and that's why things are tagged like in music with IRSRC codes, UPC codes. Right. So if they're picking up something, the musician's still getting credit for that. Same thing's going to be with the video. It's so cutting edge right now where that's going. It's, I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of, complications as that gets further deeper. Because,
I've heard different talk too, because do we need a separate category? It definitely should be marked and people should be knowing, but you're right. It's so new and we're behind the eight ball. We weren't paying attention to how quickly it was growing, and the industry hasn't quite responded.
Yeah. You can see in Hollywood with some of the actors, I could see exactly, because you get a likeness of somebody, and then where does that end? Where you can't go avatar that person on screen then, and in eternity use them, and you've only paid them for one, like a movie or one film or something. And so I think that's going to get really tricky too. And I don't blame, actors and musicians too. The good part of music is AI. It's so much infinite where that could possibly go, crossing over. But there's definitely some fine lines of where does that, start causing issues with, the whole copyright thing and not getting credit for those. And I think it's. I don't know. It's so new that we'll see.
Right. it's going to take us time to respond. I mean, it really has. And again, it's happening so quickly and so fast. And it's even getting harder and harder to tell. I mean, you know what you're looking for? Like, you're a filmmaker, you probably can catch it. But I think most people can't. So
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah. But it is great because you can go to new places. I mean, the special effects and with everything you've done in films has been great. I mean, I think back all Star Wars, the cutting breakthroughs, and Jurassic Park now with animatronics with what Spielberg did, and then now there's even films that are totally shot on the cell phone. They're now one I understand it's all AI. So it's like it's wonderful in a way to have a bigger breadth of options to this world to look at and everything. So that's all great. But where that starts stepping on other toes and things, and there's a fine line of
right. There's a fine line between the appropriate uses and enhancing what you're doing and taking advantage of another artist's likeness and things like that. I really do.
Exactly
that line. All right, let's take a listen to Under My Skin.
Baby, I got eyes for you. How you move in the moon, I've been losing to the sound of your tune. Baby, let me get close to you. I'm drawn to your pull and I'm wanting it too. I think it's my destiny to see you, to meet you, I'm holding it in. Ooh, baby, if it was up to me, I'm right here. I can feel you under my skin. I can feel you under my skin. It's my destiny to see you, to meet you, I'm holding it in. Ooh, baby, if it was up to me, I'm right here. I can feel you under my skin. I can feel you under my skin.
All right, we are back on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7. Any artists listening out there and you want to be on the show or always looking for sponsors and support, you can reach out to my website, randieoneal.com/shows, fill out a form, get in contact, and we could get you on the show and work with the show. So right now, Belton, we got some great comments here. Let me see here. And it does look real. It does look real. I agree. So, you know, if there's AI and the music, is the music AI or just some of the stuff in the video?
No, nothing, no AI in the music. I've kind of held my ground. Right now, I don't know AI with any of our music, you know, but for the visuals, we're, you know, experimenting a little bit, trying it out. Yeah. But the new AI, it's there, it's rapidly just the clarity and the authenticity, you know, the look is really improved even in the last 1 year, you know, but yeah.
I used AI. I had a Santa song. What do you say, Santa? And I thought, I'm going to use AI. I'm going to make myself like an avatar, you know, cartoon. And if you're going to make yourself an avatar, make yourself a bombshell avatar.
Yeah, well, you know, you can have there's a lot of apps these days, and you can have so much fun. Just, you know, I mean, I use AI more for images, like some of my music covers, even. That's, you know, they can create an image. You know, I can put together what I want and describe, send in maybe a photo to, you know, but it's pretty amazing if you let you know, imagination, and this also give AI a chance to put some things out. So that's, you know, one way. Another way to you know, use AI in a constructive way. That's
right. I definitely think that's fair use. You know, it's fair use. A lot of artists, like, you're an indie artist, you're wearing a lot of hats. You know, not great with graphics. We're musicians. You know, and I think AI is a tool. I really do, and I don't think it's going to replace, you know, people. We still have to direct it, you know, and tell it what we really want it to do. Yeah. And, you know, I had a show on AI. I had two producers on talking nothing but AI. And I had them take one of my songs and do AI vocals over it. I was terrified. But the point is, why do you listen to Tom Petty? Because it's Tom Petty. It's his sound that can't be reproduced. So, So you wear a lot of hats. We're finishing up right now. Where can we find you?
Yes, certainly on Belton Mouras Entertainment, you know, .com. That's our website. Like I said before, the Belton Mouras Entertainment YouTube is really one of the best sources. We have a lot of the short movies. I just put my first film called Mickey's Tree onto YouTube. We had it on Amazon Prime for the last couple of years, which is great. It's a 40-minute little heartfelt little family drama. And in fact, it's a little bit about a dog rescue, or a big part. And yeah, so it's called Mickey's Tree. And we put that on YouTube now, also, that movie. So that was actually the first film that I put out that a couple of the songs we got picked up with smooth jazz, and that's really my entry to that world, because I got nominated to be Breakout Artist of the Year on smooth jazz in 2022. That was a huge opening, and then from there we started developing more songs, you know, much more. We put them into a jazz format, and then, you know, so anyway, that was so Belton Mouras Entertainment. BME is our kind of our main, you know, branding, Belton Mouras Entertainment. But Belton Mouras Entertainment YouTube, BeltonMourasEntertainment.com, and Belton Mouras Entertainment Facebook, on Facebook, Instagram. Okay. We're even on TikTok, and, you know, TikTok's really just a lot of fun place these days too. So, yeah.
Right. Talk about AI though on TikTok, the fake news. Oh God. But it is a lot of fun, and it can be entertaining. And it was designed for music in mind. It's branched out, but its algorithms were always geared towards music. So
yes,
music there. All right. Belton, thank you so much for taking time on your Memorial Day and spending it with us. We really do appreciate it. I can't wait to see the vegan zombie movie. Like, I have to see it. I have to see it.
Yeah. Make sure just go in and you can see the short for now. It'll give you a pretty good idea of where we're headed. But the full it's actually Sacramento's our first feature musical will be this is Fingers the Vegan Zombie Musical. It's official title. and it's the first, and that's pretty exciting because I think we really have something special here, and the music's we have a full soundtrack we're gonna have for it, developing that, and but I wanted to say, Randie, thanks so much for having me on. It's on Memorial Day. It's a special treat, and keep doing what you're doing. It's just so wonderful for you to have this venue where you're putting out and capturing these indies, because it's often so little. Where can you get some coverage like this? Yes. And it's really, really appreciated. And
it's a labor of love. I love connecting with fellow artists, and thank you for submitting again, taking your time, and for everything you do, for the industry as well. And again, when you have another zombie movie part 2, like, fill out the form and come back on. Like, back on.
Yeah, we hope to have some sequels. So yeah. Yeah.
There is life after veganism. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you to all my listeners, my video, everyone that was chiming in today. Thank you for taking time on this Memorial Day. We are here every Monday. We go live, and then we're on our streaming platforms. Wednesdays, it gets shown heard on the Plow Zone, and Thursday on My Indie Radio. Thank you guys for chiming in, and we'll see you next week with Juke Johnson. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.